Greetings, this is Rick Powers coming to you from my home office for Western Technical College. This is my introduction to week 2 for the basic stat course. And I will share my screen. All right, so I am in the instructor view, so it's a little bit different from the student view, but most of it's there. Week number 2 here. If we go ahead and look at the schedule for week number 2, which is available in the section of Blackboard for the schedule, we will see that this in week 2 is about numerically summarizing the data. We also have project 1, and we have chapter 5 probability. We're going to be spending time on probability this week and next week. But as you can see, we have homeworks 4 and 5. We have quiz number 2. Then we have project 1. And then notice interview 1 needs to be scheduled. So what I would like for by the end of this coming week is that you would look at your schedule and decide when you will be able to do the interview. And the interview comes after you've completed the project. So once you complete project 1, then you would schedule the interview. And I want all the interviews to be done and completed by next week, which is the 31st of May. And so then that's the process that needs to happen for that. So going back then to Blackboard, looking at week number 2, I click on this and it opens up. Oh, it did already. All right. So then you see there's the checklist for week 2, which will cover all of the things that need to happen during week number 2. And you see that there's a pretty decent amount of stuff here for this side of things. And notice the grading points are relatively small for the homework assignments and relatively large for the project. It's worth 30 points. The interview, which is coming up to be done next week, is 100 points. So that's important to note. Then going through the items, of course, we have here the course competencies so that you can know specifically what skills that I'm looking for you to do for these things. Note when it says calculate these items, this does not mean to use your calculator to calculate them. It means that you're able to take a data set in StatCrunch and use StatCrunch to find these answers. Please do not spend hours of time trying to use a calculator to find something for a data set. Please use StatCrunch with the data sets that you're given in order to find the relevant information for this, especially for the standard deviation. Now, I mentioned that a lot of times in this course, but for some reason, people don't believe me. I don't know why. Please do not calculate by hand the complicated formulas that we have. In almost no situations should you be calculating using formulas. There are a few times when it's necessary and right to do that, but most of the calculations should be in StatCrunch. If we're just multiplying a couple of numbers, then that's no problem. But the long, detailed data working formulas are not to be done by hand. If you, for some reason, feel that you need to do them by hand and you have an extra 4 or 5 hours of time, then that's okay. But most of you don't. So then when we look at the notes, we have the video notes that are listed here. And then I do have StatCrunch video examples that are listed here as well. And then I have this message listed, a message to the instructor for any StatCrunch questions. If you have any questions about how to use StatCrunch, please use the message tab and send me a message. At the end of the course, when I say to my students, what should be done to improve the course? Almost every one of them says, we want more examples of how to do the homework using StatCrunch. But they never asked me during the course. They only told me at the end of the course that they needed help with StatCrunch and they wanted more instruction. So I can't necessarily tell you what you need if you don't tell me what you need. So please, if you have any trouble, please do not spend hours of time searching through YouTube videos in order to find answers. Please do not assume that I am too busy and I can't answer your questions. Please ask the questions, all right? Thank you. Now, there is here a list of StatCrunch instructions for all the chapters. There's a PDF out here that has everything. We don't use all of this information, but some of it we do. So if it's like, okay, how could I do a dot plot? Then you would see, select graph and highlight dot plot. If you want to do the measures of central tendency, stats, summary stats, columns, and so on and so forth. So you can use these instructions in order to know how to use StatCrunch for everything. And if something's not clear, send me an email and I will tell you. I'm not trying to hide anything from you about how to do what's the thing. If it's not clear, let me know. I will tell you how to do it. Or you can ask Anders, our support instructor, or you can contact the Math Center and they will tell you how to use StatCrunch. There's no sense in which I want you to not know how to do StatCrunch and then somehow figure it out on your own completely. I will tell you if there's anything that's not clear about the instructions about how to do it. Now, it's certainly also the case that if you have something in a homework, it may not exactly match all of the videos that are provided for you. But if there's something that you can't figure out about how it does work, please let me know and I will tell you. That's not a problem. There are videos about the box plot and the dot plot, about using the empirical rule. And then here is an important graphic that's out here talking about the empirical rule, and it shows you how that works. A lot of people struggle with the empirical rule, and unfortunately, they don't ask me about it until after their project is done. And they are in their interview, and they don't understand it. And then I say, can you do the empirical rule? And they say, no, I can't because I don't understand it. If you don't understand it, I want to explain it to you myself personally at any point. So please, if you see this and you say, I don't know how to do the empirical rule, ask me a question. I will explain it to you. I will tell you. You can go to the Math Center. You can ask Anders Olsen, our instructor. It's not necessary for you to be in the dark about how to do something. And then for some reason, when you get to the actual project and the interview, to just be clueless. It's not necessary for you to do that if you'll simply ask me. If you don't understand it, I'll explain it to you. I'll go through examples, whatever it takes. All right. Then we have StatCrunch video examples for homework number 5. The textbook is here. Please do not read and analyze everything in the textbook. We do not use everything that's in the textbook. Then the quiz is here, and then here is the project. The project consists of, as you can see, hopefully, I have instructions about what you need to do and what needs to be explained about how you find various answers. Okay? Describe, explain, explain. There are different options for how to submit your project here. You can upload a file, you can upload images, you can have a shared document if you want to do that, but you have to make sure that I can access the document. So you need to make sure the access is set up so that I can read it. Where is the data set for the project? It's right here, data link, project one. You click on that, it pulls up a spreadsheet, and in this spreadsheet is the data. Your data is here with your student number, and then you have 25 numbers below your student number that are your data set. This first number up here that starts with an X, that's not part of the data. That's to identify who you are from the last 4 digits of your student number. And then you have 25 numbers down here. That's the data for project one. And then how to explain your reasoning. It's very important that you do not simply give me answers, but you explain how you got them. Now, you don't have to, as one student did, tell me all the steps you used on StatCrunch. That's not necessary. You can show me your results on StatCrunch, and then you need to explain your reasoning about what those things mean. All right? The most important thing about this course is that you actually understand the meaning of the results that you get. And so that's what I want to know. Do you understand the meaning of these results in the project? Then next week will be the interviews. For this, I have a link to the schedule, and you can look at that. Then we have notes and links for probability. Probability is an unusual type of mathematics. I have a video to introduce it to you. There are other competencies here, and then there are video notes for that. There's a note regarding StatCrunch, and that note says that for this particular section, you will actually use your calculator to do some multiplying of numbers. There will be StatCrunch menu selections for our next unit. For the first step here in the introduction to probability, you will be using your calculator to multiply numbers together, which will not be part of StatCrunch menus. Okay. We have homework 6, homework 7. There's a list of symbols down here that's used in basic statistics. And this is something where if you click on this link, it will take you out to this document, and this document will show you different symbols that are used. The number of measurements, the mean, the standard deviation, the z-score, and so on and so forth. And so then that can maybe help you to know what things you're looking at when you see a particular symbol. Then this document will show you the meaning of that symbol and when it's used. All right, there we go. That's week number 2. So please, if you have any questions about this, let me know. And feel free to contact the Math Center and or Anders, our support instructor, for any of this.